another edition of the AEW Dynamite Review. And yes, my name is Frank Jofel, and we're here for the AEW Dynamite live review with Claudio Capri, Alex, the Elite. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, not much. Frank, did you have a memory blank for a sec?
Wait, who are these guys?
I'm not used to doing the production side of it, behind the scenes and the live at the same time. But I got my bearings back. Usually Bruno does that, but Bruno is live at AEW Dynamite tonight. We were very excited to see the first ever show in Canada, in Toronto. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Toni, if you're watching this, and I know you do, Montreal's got to be next, please, for the love of God. But it was so amazing to see the crowd. The crowd was into it from start to finish. I could just imagine how it's going to be on Rampage, how it was on AEW Dark and Elevation as well. So much to talk about here. Guys, Renee Dupree from WWE is All Elite AEW. How excited are you about that?
Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think she's really well in her role in WWE as a backstage interviewer. That's probably what she's going to do best as. I think she was okay on commentary, but just at least from her experience in the past, and she's talked about it, like she basically had Vince in her headset all night long, which is not like a good telling of anyone's ability to do commentary when you have Vince McMahon yelling in your ear. So I think that if she does some commentary, let's say on Dark Elevation, start with there, and if anything, put her on Rampage eventually. But I think right now backstage interviewer is a good spot for her. And I just want to say, like, good for them, Moxley and Renee. They're both on the road together, you know, with their kid, with their daughter probably. So I think it's going to be beneficial for their well-being too. So it worked out, I think. Good for them.
It was actually like I don't know if I maybe I wasn't on Twitter as much today and a couple of days ago, but there wasn't that much talk of her coming to AEW. Well, there was always the speculation because of John Moxley and everything, but and I was really surprised when they announced a new person for the commentary team in the backstage and everything. I had no idea until they actually said her name. I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh, not that I forgot about her, but I was really surprised that she's All Elite now. And congratulations to her, obviously, and congratulations to AEW. That's a good person to have in the backstage area, and she was really, really good. I was a big fan of her on the commentary in WWE. So
I was gonna say even before that too, when she was on Sportsnet 360, like
yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know, she was doing the WWE recap. What was that show called? But yeah, what Jackie Redmond does now. So like she was really good prior to going to WWE.
So she came out and to everyone's chagrin, came out and introduced Christian to the crowd, and a little bit of a mixed emotions, I guess, for the crowd. He is Canadian. He's not. I think he's really hated to the point where even Canadians were booing him. But I heard a couple of cheers in there too.
Okay. So with that match, I found that match was a filler match, and here's why. I think that match should have just been a backstage brawl, but I gotta admit to Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, whatever you want to call him, he did have good stamina, but overall, I was pleased. I was sort of pleased with the outcome, but I knew right away that somehow Luchasaurus was going to and another good thing I enjoyed of this match is when Christian Cage was walking towards the ring. I'm like, finally, you're doing something useful for once.
Well, he's actually injured, so it's not like he's kayfabing it and everything. But
I'm sure if he's injured, he could, he could pull like a dirty trick, try. He could hold a chair with one hand. Come on, Cage, wake up, do something useful.
Alex, what were your thoughts on this match? Did you actually? I kind of. I was thinking more of the Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs side of it. That I think the heel had to go over in this one so that the babyface could eventually go over in the future. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was the right choice to make Luchasaurus win. Eventually, we know like Jungle Boy has to get the big win over Christian, and obviously Luchasaurus as well. When Christian does eventually get healed, and we have that big payoff with Jungle Boy winning. I don't think it was a filler match, Claudio. Like, I'll just say, like, I think that was part of the story. I do like that Christian didn't really get involved. I know, like, he can't really get involved physically, even if he wanted to, probably not. But it was just a little bit. It wasn't like, as we'll see later on in the evening, and I'm going to get to it, how much interference we got to see. But at least for this match, it was very little, very subtle. Christian just, distracted Jungle Boy and the referee long enough for Luchasaurus to, get his composure back. I really like that Luchasaurus has a better finisher than that nerve hold he was doing for a while. Now he's doing the cutthroat burning hammer. I think it was like I saw Jay Briscoe do this in like 2003 or something. So it's a great move. Much better than stupid nerve hold. So I thought I do want to say something I noted was the poison Rana that Jungle Boy did. Then he followed up with a seated kill switch. Then to the snare trap was good false finishes. Good, very good sequence there. And the sunset flip bomb through the table looked good. Fortunately, Luchasaurus was a bit out of position, so you kind of saw him jumping through the table. But hey, it's live TV. It's pro wrestling. These things happen. But it still looked good. But it's a bit out of position. But I thought it was an enjoyable match. Not like anything amazing, but good way to start the show to me.
And so, is there any word of when Christian will be coming back? Did you hear anything about that? Or?
No, I didn't.
No, I haven't heard anything. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what's going on with Christian. But I obviously we know that match is gonna happen. He's gonna have to get through Luchasaurus to get to Christian, obviously. So we're gonna see a rematch with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy is it's pretty over in Toronto. They were cheering fucking Jungle Boy. So I think they have to start calling him Jack Perry. I think the Jungle Boy is keeping him away from the next step in his career. I think is being called boy. I don't know.
Yes, turn heel.
No, Claudio. No, turn heel, please.
Yes, at this point he has to. God,
no.
Damn it. Or Jungle Man, whichever.
No. Just drop the boy. Like, just call him Jungle Jack Perry. Like, drop the boy. Like,
yeah.
Then it's okay.
Jungle, or
have Jungle as his nickname,
Or Jungle Jack Perry Boy. Well, that works. That could work too. Selling points. All about the money, Alex. All about the money, God.
It's all about selling T-shirts and
exactly. Matt Hardy, team up with Jungle Boy. God damn it! Toss to a table.
Speaking about your boy Matt Hardy, we go to the backstage area and we see Ethan Page, Canadian boy, with Stokely, and Private Party shows up and creates they created a match for AEW Rampage, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's it. Because the story is that Jose sold the contracts of Private Party to the firm. So basically now the firm own Private Party, or like their contracts. And the setup is that it's Ethan Page challenging Isaiah Cassidy for Rampage. And the stakes are that if Ethan Page wins, he gets the firm gets Private Party and Matt Hardy. I should say the firm already has Private Party. The firm also gets Matt Hardy's contract. But if Private Party win, they're free of the firm. They're out of their contract.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of this.
Well, you know what? It reminds me of didn't we have a storyline like this with the HFO or
it's bad memories.
You know what I mean? Like, if you win, you come on my side. You're my butler or whatever. It's one of those there. Lost in transition.
Adam Page and Matt Hardy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, in a case like this, setting up the match, it would have been just fine. Just setting up the match. He's Canadian. The storyline's already there already. You don't have to have. If you lose, you're going to be in the firm. We have your contract and all this crap. But maybe this is something that starts with Matt Hardy losing his character a bit because Private Party lost. He doesn't have anybody to help him or anything.
Maybe.
Our Claudio, I think what you were talking about a couple of weeks ago may come true. Maybe he's going to be lost, and maybe somebody comes and finds him and brings him back to where he's supposed to be. So
as long I will keep saying this, so you could clip this and then share it. As long as he does not have superpowers and talks to Abraham Lincoln, who's a giraffe, that I'm good with. If he looks at a clock and then he turns back time, then we're good. So we'll see which broken Matt we're gonna get.
Well, he's been teasing us with like the delete and the wonderful and stuff like that. So I could see it happening. Yeah, someday. It all depends when Jeff Hardy's allowed to come back, or if he's
Well,
ready to
apparently,
come back.
yeah. Well, because I've been reading some articles as well. Apparently, like, because Matt Hardy went on his podcast and said that Jeff Hardy's going to come back soon, but apparently Jeff is facing DUIs. Court. He has to go to court because of the arrest that was made from him in July, so it might take a little longer. We'll see what happens. Maybe Jeff Hardy's gonna have that story where he lost everything, and maybe he's gonna come back as Willow and say, "I lost everything. This is all I have."
Well, I think if we could read between the lines, I think we're gonna see Matt Hardy come back as what you were saying with Jeff Hardy and everything. So I think just time will tell when we'll see that, but we will see it eventually. But it has to make sense in the end.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't start in the stairwell and end up in the ring, but
or if they come here, or if they come to Montreal, hopefully they don't end up doing a promo at Lachine Park or something. You know?
We'll see. Maybe they'll be at the Comedy Nest, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the stairwells at the Comedy Nest.
Oh man! So the next match, and I was really surprised to see QT Marshall in the ring with the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah.
Great to see him there. He's done a lot for Canadian wrestling with Jacques Rougeau's Lutte Academy, picking the winners and getting them opportunities at the Nightmare Factory and everything. We'll talk about that later. But he called out Wardlow and Samoa Joe, and we had a match. And wasn't a crazy match we're going to be talking about for hours. It is what it is. What came down to it was Wardlow giving the power bomb to QT Marshall, and obviously we get to see a little bit more of Brian Cage. Talk to us about Brian Cage, Alex. I know I'm excited to see Brian Cage. I think you were too.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be consistent. I think that's the big thing.
Don't hold your excitement in here for Brian Cage.
No, I like Brian Cage. I'll be honest. I think he can every once in a while he has some good matches. I liked his matches he had with I think maybe it was only one with Adam Page like a year ago. Maybe it was a year and a half ago on Dynamite.
That was at the pay-per-view, or was that a pay-per-view?
Or they had more than one. I think they had. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like I see like it was at Daly's place or something.
Yes, yeah. Sounds like it was
something like that. Yeah.
I think that's the thing, though. We need to see more of him. Like, he disappeared for 3 months. He did like a few of the ROH shows, but now it's like keep him on TV. You got a little bit of mic time, talking trash. That's good.
Yeah.
We don't need to just see these guys. We need to hear them too. So, I think that's good. Just keep them on TV. I think it's going to be, we'll lead to the next segment afterwards. It's a fun 6-man tag or trios match that they have planned for Rampage. I think the crowd's going to be so energetic, so lively for that match. And really what that match is just after the Wardlow basically squashed against the Nightmare Factory. We had the Embassy and Brian Cage try to jump Wardlow, or I should say they were kind of just talking trash and about to jump Wardlow, and then FTR came out. Monster reaction. They have so much history in Toronto from NXT. Those matches they had with was it Gargano and Ciampa, I think?
Yeah, DIY.
DIY, exactly. Against FTR or the Revival.
Revival.
Yeah. So that's it. Like Toronto loves FTR, everybody loves FTR. But then, we had a return of, I guess another. Well, I would say.
Well, he hasn't been there in a while, so it's somewhat of a return. He's a Canadian guy, and that threw me off a little bit too. And as soon as he said from here in Ontario, it clicked right away. The Perfect 10, Sean Spears. Yeah, and it was great to see him back. He looks in tremendous shape, better shape than he was before. Maybe because we haven't seen him in a while, but I know he's just had his kid, or he's having a kid now, so he's had time to relax and get back into the grooves. Because you know what it is, sometimes you need to go away and come back. If you're on TV every single week, people get fed up. So if you go away for a while, that return it always boosts your character a little bit. And you know what? It was great to see him, and you never know, maybe he might turn back heel. And now he's technically a baby face now because he's with FTR. FTR's a baby faces, but I guess we're gonna have to see. The match is gonna be the Embassy versus FTR and Sean Spears, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly, on Rampage.
Okay, Prince Nana. Prince, what do you think about Prince Nana? There, I don't think. I think he said enough. Brian Cage took the mic away from him and everything. He took control there, so maybe we'll get. I always think every time there's factions like these newer factions that eventually they're going to break up faster than a Jericho Appreciation Society or an Inner Circle or something like that. So I think we're going to see maybe Brian Cage go on his own eventually, but I think it was okay for what it was.
Yeah, but I actually don't like that. I guess that could kind of lead to is it the next segment or maybe it's a bit later? But they do that a lot. They introduce new factions and already they tease dissension. I hate that. It's like this faction just started, so I hope they don't do that with the Embassy like they're doing that with the Firm, and we'll get to that later on. But way too soon. Let things develop. Forget even let things develop. Let things like grow. Let things breathe.
Yeah.
For a second. Stop going from page 1 to 60. Like we need
That's
everything.
what that's what it seems.
Yeah.
Eh? Like we've talked about it with Billy Gunn and when he went to heel to babyface, and then there was Luchasaurus and did the same thing. And I mean, you gotta let things breathe a bit, let things ride a bit, so that people can get excited about it and sink their teeth into it.
Yeah.
And then the payoff when they do turn heel or babyface means a lot more, in my opinion. So. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. That was a great little segment there. It's, like I said, I'm a big fan. Well, we've had Khan on the show. He didn't say anything, but his work speaks for itself. And obviously, we got to hear a lot of Brian Cage, which excited me a little bit to see where this is going to go. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But the next segment we got into the backstage with 2.0 and Le Champion, the Ring of Champion, whatever he wants to call himself this week. Chris Jericho talking about the big match tonight, and you know what? The dissension between we've always said Jericho Appreciation Society is going to break up. It's not the case. I think they're just going to live forever.
Yeah. At this point, Jericho within the next 2 weeks, he's gonna have a new, heel or a new character. He's gonna have, but yeah, you're right. They're never gonna break up.
Well, when he said Lionheart, it brought me back to what was he Lionheart before a couple of matches ago?
Yes, he was
All Out. Yeah, he beat Danielson at All Out.
So technically, he's still undefeated with the Lionheart then in AEW.
Yes, he should be, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Moxley beat him as Lionheart.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Quake at the Lake.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
and hold on, was that the Wizard? Was he the Wizard or was he Lionheart when he faced Kingston and?
Who knows, man?
He was the Paymaker, wasn't he?
He was the Paymaker.
Yeah,
Paymaker's still undefeated in AEW. That's
I know. Paymaker come back.
Yeah.
Who was it? Also with Bubbly when he was Demo God. He
like the same thing, but yeah.
Demo God, Le Champion.
The Ocho now.
Yeah,
the Ocho.
I thought his line was funny. What was it? Honor the Ocho, like everybody.
Yeah, honor. Yeah. Oh no, you have to honor the Ocho. By the way, exactly. I know I'm fast forwarding into the match, but did you guys hear when Bryanson had him in the leg twirl? Do you hear Jericho going, shit? That's brought me back.
That's what's good about Jericho. I feel like there's only a couple of people that are very vocal during matches. He's one of them. Kevin Owens in WWE is another one that always comes to mind. Bailey as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing for your character, good or bad. It keeps people engaged and everything. So and plus. He's very entertaining as well.
Oh yeah. Just the way he says, like even at All Out when he said here, shit, no, I'm like here this goes, shit, like that. This guy's hilarious. You know what, Jericho? That's why you're like I can see one of my favorite wrestlers because you're always fresh and you're always entertaining. I don't want to give the pun away.
So the next match after that was Swerve versus Daddy Ass. We had Swerve come down and we had the music, the Acclaimed. My God, are they over? Like Godfather would say, over like Grover. These guys, everyone loves them. The Acclaimed have arrived. I'm gonna get the insight on 8 to the Tracks. He was there as well with Selecta Brew, and they had a killer freestyle on the way there. Mentioned Trudeau, blackface, and all that. Billy Gunn or Daddy Ass, whatever you want to call him. A lot of people on Twitter were saying the crowd is he's so over with the crowd. The TV doesn't give him justice. Like, people love this guy, and for him not to be on Monday Night Raw with DX was a little bit of disappointing. But they got his little two second praise there with Road Dogg saying, making the crowd say, and Badass Billy Gunn, which was pretty cool. But to see him still wrestling at his age, he's so fucking jacked. It's insane. I don't know what the hell he's doing there, but good for him. Great match for what it was. I think I didn't see Daddy Ass coming out with the win here, but Swerve Scott, I guess he's going to use his heelish stuff to get over in this match. What do you guys have to say about this match, Alex?
Well, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be the one to say that I don't think we need to have any singles matches with Billy Gunn in 2022.
I think it was more of a nostalgia because of what happened on Monday Night Raw. They had to capitalize on it, right?
Yeah.
Which was a smart move. Maybe they could have did a 3-way with him, maybe to
you have the trio set up,
Acclaim.
tag team, or anything.
You know what I mean? Like, exactly. So, but like they've been saying this whole,
like, I'm not going to say
this whole time. It's a lot of the matches. They've been saying it doesn't have to be storyline driven or anything. It's just a match. That's it. Yeah. And AEW does a lot of that.
This one is storyline driven. That's fine, but I don't think it helps Billy Gunn to be in a singles match. And like, he's in great shape. No, like, I'm not taking anything away from him, but like, he's not 28 years old. He's 58 years old.
Yeah.
And I think
58 years. 58.
I think he's 58 or 6 or maybe 59, something like that. So
wow.
I mean, the crowd loved it. So, but at the end of the day, I feel like it didn't do. I honestly don't think that Swerve should have cheated to win. I know that's the story, but like, why are you protecting Billy Gunn? He doesn't need to be protected. He could lose. It's no problem. He could lose cleanly. It's fine. Like, I just find it's overthinking things that heels have to be, cheap and cheating and whatnot like that. Like,
because we already have one heel. We already have one heel that's already doing that, right? Obviously, in Chris Jericho and everything. So we don't need someone doing the exact same thing.
And we have another heel at the end of the show who tried to do that too, Pac. But we'll talk about that too. So I just find it's too much overthinking on this. Mm-hmm. Like, the heel has to go through the same trope of like winning with a crappy roll up and holding the ropes. It's like, like, I'm sorry, but Billy Gunn
looked a bit awkward. It looked a bit awkward though, that little finish there at the end there. Yeah. Was Daddy Ass actually injured? Maybe that was why the match ended like that. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But
I mean, he got some good stuff in. Like, he still did the jackhammer. It looked great. Billy Gunn. Yeah. All the teases he was doing, just like he used to.
Yeah, exactly.
With his tights.
I think it was more of a capitalization on what was going on with DX, and everyone was talking about him as well. So I guess they tried to capitalize on that social media presence of him getting talked about on another program and basically putting him on their program and taking advantage of it. So if that's the case, then it's a genius move. But I do agree with you. In the end, I don't think this match should have happened. In the end, maybe if it did, it could have been a 3-on-3. At least involved the Acclaimed. At least, no.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be the next match eventually.
And then even the Acclaimed coming down after to help him out after. They just pushed them out of the way, Swerve. Like, I don't know, maybe because they're baby faces, but I don't know. It's just little things like that. It bothers me. Like that. I don't know. Yeah. And then you have what's his name come out there, Smart Mark coming out, and all of a sudden he's trademarking every single trademark there is in AEW to start a subliminal storyline with everybody. Where do you think this is going now with Tony Nese and Josh Woods is his partner, right? So I'm sure they're going to get a title shot very soon.
I would have to be that. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. But I mean, it's ridiculous. But I guess it's gonna just help I think it's still gonna, like, I don't think it's gonna hurt the Acclaimed. I think it's just people are gonna love it even more, right? Like when you tell someone not to do something that they love to do, they're gonna do it like 10 times more. So, well,
I think that's the whole point, right? In the end,
it's still gonna work, unfortunately.
And I think that they need some teams to go through on TV to at least solidify them, and because I think Keith Lee and Swerve, they were good champions, but I don't think they went through enough teams to say like, hey, they didn't go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams having a 4, 5, 6 month run. We all knew it was going to happen. Eventually, they were going to lose to the Acclaim. So that's another thing. Maybe things are happening a little too fast in AEW, but the hell do I know? Fuck, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm sure we're going to get a tag team match with Josh Woods and Tony Nese versus the Acclaimed. The crowd fucking goes crazy for these guys. I get it now. I understand, but I think they're going to have to wrestle a little bit more because this is just their entertaining side of it. That's what everybody loves. They're not the best wrestlers. I'm going to say it right now, but they have to have they have to have more matches on TV. I know they wrestle a lot on AEW Dark and Elevation, maybe not as much now because they're the champions, but I think they have to show everybody out there that they could go through a Tony Nese or a Josh Woods or put another tag team like the Varsity Blondes or something. I don't know. They need to go through these teams to make me believe that they are a fucking top-notch tag team. And right now, they're entertaining me, yes, like everybody else. But when it comes down, when the bell rings, very surprised not to see Keith Lee.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. Like, as this match was progressing, I'm like, oh, Keith Lee's gonna come out of nowhere. No, but I think there's gonna be a storyline between these two at one point,
or a classic three-way for the title.
Yes,
Swerve in your glory, Swerve in our glory, Acclaim, or
maybe there's gonna be another Maximum Male Model, but on AEW.
I don't know. Today on Dark Elevation, we saw the debuts of the Bollywood Boys.
Oh, yes,
on Elevation, and Da Vinci was there too as well. Our boy Jeremy Prophet, Jessica Black, they were a tag team in a match versus Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian. So we can't wait to see that. Congratulations to all the Lit Academy winners that were there and participated. I don't know if there's going to be more matches tomorrow. Maybe they might be on AEW Rampage. We're going to have to just wait and see. But great to see. Like, a lot of people were talking about the Canadian talent in the next couple of days that we're going to see. And you know what? Jeremy Prophet's name always comes up. So hopefully we're going to keep our fingers crossed that God does his work. And hopefully people see that he deserves a shot in AEW. But other than that, after that, we ended up seeing MJF in the back with an interesting promo. Do you think that he's going to be turning babyface eventually?
I really hope not. I think that's the wrong direction. I think that this promo, honestly, you could have gotten rid of everything of the beginning with Stokely and just leave it at that. That would have been perfect. MJF should have just started his promo exactly like everything that happened after Stokely was there, because that was a useless, like I was talking about before, useless dissension between the firm that just started. It doesn't serve anything. What is it, to get more heat on MJF? It doesn't matter. This guy can say or do anything. He's gonna get cheered in Toronto anyways. Yeah. We saw it later. He still got cheered when he shouldn't have been in that segment. And I'll complain more about it later. But go ahead.
I agree with you, Alex, 100%. But at the same time, two things. So at the same time, a part of me is saying this is all just a gimmick because we know how MJF is. You know, he's a sneaky devil. So, and another part of me is wondering, is this mofo actually going to be turning heel? Is he like that? No. What I meant to say is like, are we probably going to be getting a different kind of, because I don't know what to feel about MJF right now. Besides him just yelling and cheating in the ring, I think we eventually might see a different MJF. I don't know. I just
he is acting differently here. I don't know if he's playing around with everybody's head or anything, but obviously when he does go against either Hangman or John Moxley, he's going to be the heel in that match. He is a heel trying to be a babyface. Is that what it looks like? Or
I don't know. I just like, we just gotta wait and see. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is like, if he's doing this and then he's gonna go back to his old traits, I'm like, this guy is a really good actor. Holy crap!
Well, speaking about good actors, we got probably the biggest heel in Montreal podcasting right here, live in Toronto.
Whoa!
Select the Brew.
Hey.
What's going
Hey.
on? Live from Toronto, AEW, drinking that water. What a night!
That expensive water. How much was that water? Like $20?
Don't drink that
$7
water; it'll kill you.
It's probably about $11.50.
$7 water. What's going on there, Selecto Blue? Tell us what's going on there.
I'll tell you right now. We caught everything except for the first ever AEW match which involved Jeremy Prophet
Oh, you
No
fucking
way.
idiot!
live. We got our tickets as soon as we got to Toronto. We got a great tomorrow.
It started
will
at
be-
7, so it's 7 to 8 was elevation, right?
Yeah, we thought though. We spoke to a couple of people here on site that were saying that the doors were opening at 7.
Okay, you
And
thought
they
it was
were doing-
after Dynamite.
Yeah, we thought Dark was gonna be
Ah.
after Dynamite. So we were like fucking around over here. By the time we secured tickets for tonight and tomorrow, we wanted that. But tomorrow we should be camera side for Rampage. We should be.
Where were you sitting tonight?
So tonight we were on the entrance angle, on the
Okay.
entrance from the side where the camera would be filming from.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're gonna be third row floor for
Really?
Rampage. Third row floor where the camera sees us.
So you are going to be on TV for sure on
Yeah.
Rampage.
Yeah, we got these sick tickets, but the tickets came with a penalty that when we got here, 8Trax's fucking ticket master was a little discombobulated a bit.
Where is 8 to the Tracks? Did you
He's
lose
like,
him here?
Yeah, 8Trax is here,
Making
but
friends?
it took us a good 15 minutes to Ticketmaster because we were logged in the wrong account, but we
There
got
he is.
6 tickets, 6 prices. There's 8Trax right now. It's 8 to the Tracks. Yo, you guys are live on Joe Phone the Ring right now. You
What's
guys are
going on,
live right now.
everybody?
You're broadcasting in
AEW.
Canada. So we out of all the things we miss Jeremy, but we're messaging him right now. We should be meeting up later on tonight.
Okay.
We're gonna get the fuck out of here at some point.
Are you
But
guys
yeah, where
sleeping?
you guys at
Are
at
you
the
guys?
review?
Are
Where
you guys?
at with the review?
We
What?
just hit the MJF Stokely promo, and now we're going to the Moxley coming out.
That was literally, I don't think I had a chance to post the story, but I took a video, but that was literally our piss break. I was like, I know what's going to happen. We didn't want to take a piss.
Who
But
had?
yeah.
Tell us. We just did the Acclaimed coming out. How over is the Acclaimed? How crazy was the crowd for the Acclaimed?
Honestly, it's all Billy Gunn, I think, more. It's weird. It wasn't
I don't think
Montreal. It wasn't Montreal wild, but it was random. It was Canada. You know what I mean? It's Canada's in the house over here. Canada's in the house. It was yeah, it was Yo, I didn't get the video, but we just got a bit like my mind. About 10 minutes ago, we got the whole AEW Toronto crowd out here singing it. I didn't catch it.
Well,
but
supposedly he teased it tonight. He's going to be playing the full song on Rampage.
That's what I honestly.
That's what he
when
said.
Came out, and when he came out and he didn't play it, I was saying to Armando, I'm like, what a heel. He doesn't do this often. But
Yeah.
he did it in Canada.
Well,
out of
he
all the
said he
places.
was going to do this tonight,
Yeah,
and then
he
he
said on
said he was
Twitter.
going to
But-
give the Rampage. He was going to do the whole song so everyone can
listen.
sing it.
Most of you guys, I'll tell you right now, we're not getting press passes. We know that. So be transparent. Word on the streets from the scalper, to be honest, that we bought our tickets from today. I think Rampage isn't moving like they thought. Like even tonight, we got our tickets for about $50 under face value tonight.
Okay.
Tomorrow they're about $100 under face value. that we
Okay.
got.
Because you know
I'm
why?
telling
Because they were
you, yeah.
they didn't
And I
they
think
didn't say any
tomorrow-
matches
yeah,
until
yeah,
tonight. So
exactly. So
maybe
tomorrow-
they'll go up a little bit now. So
Yeah, but on TV they're promoting Friday, but here in real life they have to promote for tomorrow. There's literally people out here. I don't know where you guys are in the review, but on the streets right here, not being biased, people are not happy with Orange Cassidy being the last match,
yeah,
and,
there
you
you
know,
go.
and be him win. You know what I mean? Like everyone's saying, give us Ethan Page, give us Chris Jericho, give us
Yeah, they should have at
you
least
know-
given us Chris Jericho the last match.
yeah,
no?
at least even Ethan Page, bro.
Yeah.
Even Ethan Page, I would have taken. Like,
Well, Ethan Page is going to be fighting on Rampage, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
give us that cheap clean heat, but like
Yeah.
this ending was a bit different. So yeah, Carrie, you guys are on the John Moxley promo. I caught it. Our tracks actually went to pee. I was standing at the entrance of the. Bro, the arena's pretty cool size that you get a good view from where we were anyway.
That's
so,
what it seemed like. It was a pretty coochie arena. Everything
Yeah.
was in there, and the sound. It honestly on TV, it sounded like it sounded like a pay-per-view, first of all, at one point. And it sounded like there was at least 20,000 people in there. I don't know how many people there was in there. 8,000, 9,000?
I'd say 8,
Yeah,
9.
just under 8,000.
Did Tony Khan come out and address the crowd?
He came out when it went off air.
wow.
I think
After Dynamite?
After Dynamite came out, it was a good 10 minutes after, almost 8 minutes. Then he sprinted down to ringside. Like people like, oh, there's like a random pop. He's running down the ramp. Went to go hug Orange Cassidy, and then ran back up in the back. He didn't say anything though.
I think having Orange Cassidy, like I was telling Alex, having Orange Cassidy in the last match, as soon as we knew that Jericho was fighting in the middle of the card, honestly, I knew in my heart that okay, Cassidy's gonna win this match here now.
But I think you guys you should have known that he was winning when they announced the match last week that Pac was losing the title.
No,
I think that was obvious.
I don't.
That was the story.
I am 100% at this point.
Alex gotta be there.
I'll tolerate what he is. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll swallow that pill. But now we're in Canada, and that's the main event they give us. You know what I mean? But whatever. We're at the Moxley promo, right? I went to pee because I kind of heard what you were saying too. We heard it in the bathroom, so someone take it away. I'll give you a reaction from the building as we go.
When the MJF was spotted, I want to know if people how were they reacting with MJF when they saw him on the press box there.
Everybody wanted him to come out. Like we wanted the music.
That's what it was, right? You wanted that pop, that feeling of exactly.
Yeah, like we were going to the bathroom and I was like, okay, Moxie's gonna say Moxie shit is a bathroom break for me. We went. He started talking. Hangman and Page came out. We actually paused at the entranceway because it's pretty. You can actually pause and actually still see the ring where we were. And so Hangman and Page came out, and people were chanting MJF. I don't know if you caught it on air.
Everybody was.
I was like, yo, okay. Like, Trax went to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm sitting here. I want to see the MJF entrance, and it didn't happen. But again, are they playing us for tomorrow? They sell those tickets. I don't know. But what happened in this Moxley promo?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You were there, but we'll talk.
I went to pee. This is my piss break. It was like everyone was talking like it was Moxley saying Moxley. To me, it was Moxley saying Moxley shit.
You know what? For me, honestly, I'm gonna say I think it was
like,
Hangman Adam Page took over that promo and rode with it. What do you think about it, Alex?
Nobody cared, but everyone was MJF. But what happened, Alex?
No, but I was just gonna say that was the problem. MJF shouldn't have been there. I know they're doing this gimmick where he's in the crowd, he has his poker chip, he's gonna cash in whenever he decides to tell Tony Khan. But it was a bad idea to do it tonight. Everyone wanted to see him come to the ring. They wanted to hear his music. It was just a bad decision.
We're live on YouTube.
So it took away from Hangman Page's great promo. He had a lot of fire, a lot of passion.
Yeah.
Basically talked about sounded very honest. What was his
so basically
anxiety
MJF
millennial cowboy.
Took the glitter and the smoke away from Hangman Adam Page's great promo. That it was.
Hangman Page and Moxley, those two are the focus right now. Their match is next week. You want to promote that match on Tuesday Night Dynamite. MJF is always there. We haven't forgot about him, and we won't.
And it's not like
leave him in the back.
And it's not like MJF is gonna cash it in like Money in the Bank. He still has to call. Right. He still has to call the match. Like it's not like he could after the match he's gonna come down and wrestle him right after. Like that Money in the Bank situation. So to me, it's a little bit weird. I think it took a little bit away from John Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But what do you think is gonna happen next week for that?
I hope it's just honestly a clean finish. Moxley beats Hangman Page, no questions asked. I think that's the right choice. I don't think Hangman loses anything in that if he gives a great fight, shows a great challenge that he had a chance of winning. And then the story can finally focus on MJF and Moxley, and it's okay that they're chanting for MJF. It's okay that the fans want to see MJF because that's the build to the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But right now, you're taking away from Hangman and Moxley. Like we all know who's gonna win. And that's okay. But it's gonna be a great match. It deserves to have a good build without the MJF lurking around. Like he had his promo time before. Like he had his chance to speak.
That's what it is. If he didn't have that promo before, maybe this would make a little bit more sense, but I don't know.
But I did like in his promo, I just wanted to, I know we just passed over it, but I thought it was interesting, the things that he said, that it reminded me a lot of CM Punk's promo, even though maybe we're not supposed to say CM Punk's name since they did such a great job avoiding it. It reminded me when Punk had a promo a few months ago saying that when he looks in the mirror when he wakes up, he wants to know, am I a good guy or am I a bad guy? And MJF just plainly said, I know I'm a bad guy and I hate myself for it. I'll punch myself, 10 times in the mirror when I see myself, and I hate myself when I walk through the curtain. So I thought it was a good play on that promo if it was intentional, and knowing MJF, it probably was. But
well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see next week and see what happens. But Bruno's mic's off. I'm trying to see if he could hear me here. Bruno, your mic's off. There
sorry. My fat finger.
The pod god is off his game.
The prod god, even in Toronto, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, God, fuck.
Select the Bruno.
All right, God.
Bruno.
But after that, we got this.
WrestleMania.
All right, God. Okay, we're gonna put his mic on mute here, but we're gonna continue here with our Ring of Honor World Title match: Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. Like I said, a lot of people, even on Twitter, were saying, "Why is this in the middle of the card?" I guess there was a reason for it, but we got this match. He tried to give the hand, the code of honor at the beginning, and Bryan Danielson kicked it away. Any thoughts about this match, guys?
The only thing, two things came to my mind is the first, I'm like, why was this not at the end as we were all saying it? Second of all, like I knew Jericho was gonna win. I had no hopes, but the match itself, I had to admit, was really interesting. Now I want to know what's gonna happen now with Daniel Garcia. I want to know what's the storyline gonna be with him. Is he also gonna be betraying Jericho and his team? But overall, it was a good match. It was for a few minutes. I believe this was gonna be a nice, clean match.
Well, out of the three matches that we saw them fight, this was not probably the best. I think the first one was the better one in my opinion. But I
want to know, how did it
now
for you guys on TV? Like in real.
To me, that Bryan, for me, Danielson losing 3 in a row now to Jericho. Does he get a shot at the title again? Like, how many times is he gonna have to face him now? It's
Bruno, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Frank.
I want to know to you guys that were watching.
Yeah, Bruno, I'm putting you on mute sporadically too because I hear people screaming in the back. That's why. Sorry.
I'm far away from them, but I want to know how did you guys, like, how did it look on TV, the whole Daniel Garcia part? Because in real life, I felt it, but you had to buy into it a little bit. I felt it a little slow, like it wasn't as fluid as I feel. But how did it translate on TV? The whole
Daniel Garcia part? So to go back to what Alex said before, we've been saying for a very long time. I think this story it made sense to a point where if this did happen like it did tonight, it had at least a little bit of momentum and storytelling in it. It wasn't like it happened last week kind of thing, right? So it was a build to it, a little bit of a swerve, because maybe a lot of people thought that wasn't going to happen. But in a sense, that happening was a pretty cool moment. What do you think, Alex? Did it make sense to you that Daniel Garcia ended up screwing Bryan in the end and siding with Jericho?
To me, the only way it makes sense, I don't know if this is the direction you're going to go, but I feel like the direction that would make sense to me by Daniel Garcia, in a way, screwing Bryan Danielson, is that he wants to take the ROH title from Jericho himself. He doesn't want to let his hero, Bryan Danielson, do it because he's better than his hero, and he can do it himself, and he wants to overthrow Jericho and have that match because, I mean, we're October now, so eventually they'll have Final Battle ROH if Tony Khan is still doing the pay-per-views ROH style. That's going to be the end of either end of December, and that's the match to go with. Daniel Garcia versus Jericho. That should be the main event. Because I honestly thought it was going to be Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho 3 at Final Battle, but it looks like they already just did it. So you want to do Daniel Garcia versus Jericho, or I guess another Daniel Garcia Bryan Danielson match? But I think it would be Garcia Jericho would make sense. That's why he's like, he doesn't want to join the Blackpool Combat Club, and maybe he doesn't want to be in the JAS either, because when everyone was hugging him, he looked conflicted at the end.
It
Like,
did seem that way to me. Yeah, I
you
caught
didn't
that.
you didn't get a great shot of his face, unfortunately, but from
Yeah.
the bit that we could see, it looked like he wasn't super happy. Like he did what he
True.
had to do because this is what I think he wants to be, like a lone wolf on his own.
Yeah,
maybe.
he looked disappointed when he
Yeah,
knocked
sure.
down Danielson. That's what it looked like to me.
Or maybe he wants to be the guy, like you said, to take the title away from Jericho and not have to take it away from Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's the case, but
Mhm.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But going forward now, what's next now for this is because obviously Jericho's fought Cesaro. Maybe Cesaro could go for a rematch. He's fought obviously John Moxley. He's fought fucking Bryan 3 times already. He's running out of opponents in the Black.
How many times? How many
Kingston
times did he
as well?
fight? Yeah, okay. How many? I was gonna ask. How many times did Kingston and Jericho fight?
Once for
Twice.
sure. Maybe
Yeah,
twice.
Twice. Earlier in the year, Kingston beat him at one of the pay-per-views.
Wasn't it 3 times? Didn't he fight 3 times?
Oh, well, one-on-one, I think it was only twice, I think.
Okay,
One-on-one,
twice.
But they've wrestled in like the Blood and Guts and Anarchy
okay.
in the arena. I guess who's next? I know on Rampage, Claudio Castagnoli had a promo saying that he wanted his rematch, depending on whoever won the match. Didn't matter if Danielson or Jericho. So I guess we'll probably see that. And in terms of who else could he face, well, Jericho's supposedly going through, I guess, his list of ROH
Bandito. He has to have another. He has to have a rematch with Bandito.
I guess, but then we saw Jay Lethal last week do the Code of Honor with Darby Allin, so maybe Jay Lethal, I guess, turned babyface sort of. So we have Jay Lethal on commentary. Ian Riccaboni mentioned PCO as a former ROH World Champion.
Kyle O'Reilly as well, but we know he's injured for a while.
I also mentioned Kevin Steen. So
Kevin Steen, that was
Canadian
cool.
champions. Yeah, so I guess one of those guys are, or even now, like Matt Taven is a free agent.
Yes, he is. Know. Yes, he is. And there's talks of him going to WWE, but I could see him more in AEW more than anything because of the Ring of Honor.
Both
background.
work, honestly. He can go. Bring them all as a unit. The Kingdom. You want the OGK. You want Taven, Bennett, and Maria. Wherever they go, they should go as a unit because they can go to AEW, reform the original Kingdom with Adam Cole, since Adam Cole's buddies, Kyle O'Reilly is out and Bobby Fish is, not in AEW anymore.
I didn't know that. He had a faction with Adam Cole in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that was the original Kingdom was Adam Cole's. It was
okay. So the Kingdom with Matt Taven, Bennett, and Adam Cole was in it as well.
Yeah, that's the original Kingdom. Yeah, and then Matt Taven created his own Kingdom. It was with Vincent was in there. He was Vinny something, and then he had another guy too, Ryan. Vinny Boombats. For all we know.
I've been hearing some rumbling of Vincent maybe joining WWE and maybe being one of the Wyatt Six members there. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's what people are saying too. And
that's what I heard too.
He's a free agent too. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
And former ROH champions, you have plenty of I know Jericho. I don't think he doesn't want to go through say only ROH World Champions. I'm sure he'll face anybody. Like Dalton Castle too is an ROH World Champion.
I want to see.
You could have Jericho and Castle would be a great match.
Davey Richards too as well. That'd be a fucking crazy match. Davey Richards surprisingly has a couple of 5-star matches out there too, early in his career and late too as well. So I'd love to see that.
I want to see, honestly, I want to see Jericho fight Puck, fight Buddy Matthews. Actually, Buddy Matthews would be really good. That would be a really good match. But yeah, I know. And then if obviously when Malachi Black is gonna come back, they should fight each other. But I know that's going to be in a very, very long time, or Alistair's going to go back to WWE. But he has
to find someone to punch to try to get fired. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Has Eddie Kingston ever been the Ring of Honor champion?
No, sorry,
no,
never been.
No. Where's Kingston now? I haven't seen him since that awesome match at the All Out.
I don't know.
That's the thing with Sammy Guevara. It's I guess it's storyline. He had that they told him that you have to apologize to Sammy Guevara, and he said no, screw you. That there was a promo. I think it was on Rampage either last week or maybe the week before. Because he beat Sammy Guevara, but then he kept the plum stretch still on, his finisher, and then the referee reversed the decision, so Sammy Guevara won by DQ. So now I guess he's punished on TV now. This is the story.
Because
I don't know. Maybe that's the story.
Maybe, but you know what? That match. Speaking about Kingston, a match at All Out he did. That was phenomenal.
Yes, against Ishii. Yes,
Yeah.
That was. I'm like, too bad this was in.
should have been on the pay-per-view, but
It should have been on a pay-per-view. It was really good.
Well, I know that he's faced Minoru Suzuki as well. You guys are going to be getting to see him this
Yes.
weekend. That's going to be pretty exciting. We just had Daddy Magic. We had Matt Viviani and JT, producer of Casanova Productions, good friends of 2.0, and they said there's going to be a lot of chops in that match. And,
so that is going to be
Should be. I'll take a word from Jim Rush. Be a barn burner of a match.
That is
slobber knocker.
A slobber knocker, as we say.
Or by the way, who knows? Maybe Jericho could face Jeremy Prophet.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, open challenge, Jericho, do it. Open ROH World Title challenge. Do an open challenge for the ROH title.
So we're going to the backstage now, and for some reason, I guess we could call Nyla Rose the interim champion now for the women's.
I was a bit confused about that.
She stole the belt, apparently.
Basically, that's what she did. She stole the belt, and
no, Battle of the Belts. That's it. I'm trying to remember which show it was.
She stole the belt at Battle of the Belts.
Yes, after Jade beat Willow, I think she beat Willow Nightingale. After the match, Vicky Guerrero came out to distract Jade Cargill, and then Nyla ran through the crowd with the belt.
Unbelievable. So Nyla Rose is your uncrowned TBS champion. For me, honestly, when that match does happen with Jade, I think that's going to be the biggest match to date for Jade. Hopefully it does go well, because I know that Nyla Rose is a good wrestler, like her or not. So we'll see that match eventually. But I think this Friday we're going to get to see Anna Jay go against Nyla Rose. Is it for the title, or is it just...
Well, I guess it depends who you want to believe. Like, is it...
I guess if Anna Jay does win, she has a claim to say that she beat the uncrowned champion, or I don't know. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see on AEW Rampage.
Like, it's been random because I don't know, because I haven't followed every match of Nyla Rose on Dark Elevation. Since when did she turn face? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
it's weird though. But it's just to say, like, if to the untrained eye, if you just started watching AEW, it's like, did Nyla Rose beat Jade for the title? Like, it's a little bit confusing, but I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen on Rampage. I guess we're gonna see Jade Cargill probably come out on Rampage to get her title back from Nyla Rose. This little faction here with Marina Shafir. I think Marina Shafir is in a good place as what do you call it? A secondary character in this little faction that they have here, because I think if she's on the spotlight, I don't think she's ready for that yet, but I think eventually she will.
Yeah.
And having Vicky Guerrero there to be her mouthpiece, and obviously Nyla Rose is probably, you know what, she's very good on the mic. What I see and what I hear, a lot better than a lot of the women out there at AEW. So it's good to see her that she's getting at least a little bit of an opportunity after. And she was was she the first one or the second champion?
The second one. She beat Riho, I think. Riho.
So I think she has that savage appeal, you know, like, you have to get through me. It's not like Anna Jay or Penelope Ford kind of thing. Anna Rose is a big girl, and it's going to take a lot for Jay to even pick her up or to maneuver around her. So I'm very curious to see how that match is going to go. But we're going to have to wait and see for that.
Yeah. There's another backstage segment. I hope we get to this, because
what backstage after that? Was it the Jamie Hayter match after that?
Yeah.
There's
a title match. Then there's a backstage segment. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to the backstage right after this match. We had D.M.D. and Jamie Hayter versus Storm and Shida. It is what it is. Another match between this group of women. That what's going to happen here? What's something has to happen here? Like,
something does have to happen. Either turn on each other or fight more women. One of those two have.
But I mean, this was the match that was supposed to happen, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. Then technically, Britt Baker took out Shida on Dark Elevation. There was a backstage segment. We just saw Baker coming out of the women's locker room with a bat or something. So I mean, technically, this match was supposed to happen, and I thought it was a good match, enjoyable. I thought they got a good chance to showcase their talents. The story from here is that I don't know if it's a title match or maybe it's an eliminator match. But from this, Toni Storm is facing Hikaru Shida next week on Tuesday, the Night Dynamite.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a title match or an
after they
match.
were partners and there was no dissension or anything. I don't see Shida going crazy, being that heelish character there. And
not everyone has to, though. That's the thing. Like here's the thing, though. I feel like honestly, like it is an argument to be made. You know, we need stories. That's fine, no problem. But at the same time, we have to remember we're watching professional wrestling. Like the story, literally almost 9 times out of 10 is people going for a title. So it's okay if they just wrestle because they want to get the title. Not everyone has to be in the blood feud. I hate you, you hate me. You know, we used to be tag team partners. You sabotaged me.
Right.
You were my favorite wrestler. You were my hero. You disappointed me, you piece of shit. That's great. We need that, but we don't have to have every feud have that. So
Alex, sounds like you have anger bottled up inside you.
I would love to see
wrestling, so
I would love to see Alex get pissed off one day, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe this Saturday or at the IWS.
I'm gonna throw a few chops too, Claudio. Better be careful.
And throw a couple of chairs there and everything.
Let's do it. Let's go to this amazing.
Let's get to the backstage segment, Claudio. Take it away.
Shit! First of all, this is an embarrassment. I love Butcher and the Blade, but oh my god, you guys need acting coaches. First of all, and the second of all, you guys are facing John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. No chance. No. And then the bunny. What? I want to know. I want to know what was that? Oh, like what was that motion that you guys did?
She always does that, the bunny.
No, I'm talking about Butcher and the Blade. I
know.
I'm like, oh my god, no, this is not happening, guys. I can't. Like,
it's
please.
Pretty bad. Like
it was horrible. Oh my god.
It's another situation where a match just gets thrown together, backstage segment, match scheduled, and we there's, like you said, I think 99 times out of 100, I think we know which team's going to come out on top.
Yeah. But the Butcher and the Blade, they're amazing tag teams. They're for me, when I got into AEW, that's what got me into these. Besides Matt Hardy, was Butcher and the Blade. It was these guys. Yeah. And now they're like everyone says that, House of Black, they split. Honestly, these people should split. Go on vacation, do different characters or something, because man, this is embarrassing right now. You had one guy lose to Wardlow, the other guy, I don't know, he lost him.
But you know what it is? You need guys to take losses.
How many losses are they going to take?
MJF can't be taking these losses. Guys like Wardlow, Brian Cage took a loss to Wardlow. I'm sure he had to bite his lip a bit and say, okay, you know what, I'll do it just to get on TV. But you need guys to take losses to these guys that you're trying to build to the masses right now. And I think I don't think they have enough guys to take these losses. And guys like Private Party, guys like Butcher and the Blade, they have to be able to take these losses, shut your mouth, and then maybe one day you'll be able to become champions one day. But for now, these are the guys they're basically so-called jobbers of AEW, and it is what it is. So
yeah, House of Black could have done the same thing. But anyways, this is my opinion. What do I know?
Because the days of Brooklyn Brawler and Barry Horowitz and guys like that you knew as soon as they came out they were gonna lose. So you don't have that in today's wrestling as much. Maybe in the Omos matches that you have two local competitors that nobody knows about, that's one thing. But in AEW, it's always, you kind of know who's gonna come out on top and who's gonna lose. So I don't know, maybe sometimes that takes away from the match, but I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But you're not big fans of Butcher and the Blade anymore. What's the story, Claudio?
I just don't like seeing them lose. Like they're one of my favorite tag teams in AEW, and seeing them lose is, I'm like, all right, well,
they'll get their time.
Yeah, it's like everyone has a role to play. Like Frank was saying, it's true. Like
you're right.
It's okay. Like as much as we love to see people win, like wins and losses aren't everything. At the end of the day, it's not like eventually, they'll fit in when another team like loses their spot, and you know how it is in pro wrestling. Like when people get injured or they leave, they go to
Or get
other
suspended
opportunities or suspended, fired.
Vacation. I mean,
Yeah.
suspended.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Maybe they'll find their spot eventually. It
I
might come
hope
to that.
so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so because these are great guys.
Do you think not having Kenny Omega on this card and being suspended took away from, because a lot of people forget that he is Canadian, and if he's the best wrestler in the world, why wasn't he on? I don't know, man. It's a little bit weird to me, man. But I know the situation they're in and everything. They couldn't just throw him in there, but
I was scrolling
Jesus Christ,
through,
man. I think he would have been a big part in this in these two night events, the Rampage, the Dynamite, and the Rampage.
But I was scrolling through Twitter, and someone was saying, it would have been nice if Kenny Omega was here in Toronto tonight since he is Canadian, right? But I'm like, but hey,
I mean, it does suck. I agree, but who knows? Maybe, like Tony Khan said, he wants to take AEW across Canada. So if they have their Winnipeg debut, you got to have Kenny Omega there, so you can still say that.
WWE had their Raw their SmackDown in Winnipeg, and then Edmonton was Monday Night Raw. So that market's wide open over there, and a lot of great
Canada.
a lot of great talent there too as well, and out in the West. And you know what? Like I said, I really hope they come to Montreal, because I always say, like, I love Toronto and everything for wrestling wise, not the hockey and everything else, but wrestling wise, like watching them, like when they had the NXTs and that, and great crowd, man, like such a great crowd, and it showed how great of a crowd it was compared to other crowds at other shows. And I know that Montreal is always one step ahead of everybody, and everybody always says that Montreal is probably the best for crowd chants and crowd atmosphere and everything. So I hope Tony does make that decision and pulls it off.
I think it will, like, especially now that the AEW is on RDS, so RDS in French for us French-speaking Canadians. So I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, you don't get a deal with that market and not take advantage of it. So
there was a lot of wrestlers
from
Quebec. There was a lot of wrestlers from Quebec that were on WWE and Edmonton and Winnipeg, and obviously in Toronto and AEW. So we know we got the talent. I think it's time for him to sign on the dotted line and come to. I'm sure it'll probably be at the Place Belle, the Laval.
Laval I'm thinking about that. Yeah, because especially with the setup that AEW has, it'll work better at Place Belle, and at least
I could already see it happening there already. But it'd be pretty cool to have it at the Bell Center, maybe for a pay-per-view. Maybe we'll see. Maybe Toronto gets the first TV show and we get the first pay-per-view. Who knows? It'd be a good idea.
Or maybe Jofo Jam. Maybe AEW will come for a Jofo Jam.
You never know. You never know, Claudio. You never know. But now to the main event, the Bastard Pac versus Orange Cassidy, and to everyone's chagrin was the main event. And like a lot of people were saying, and Alex as well, I think we kind of could read between the lines in this match. I'm sure Bruno wasn't too happy about the outcome of this match. I'm a big Orange Cassidy fan. It was great to see him finally winning a title. It kind of looks like Tony Khan's giving the titles now to people that have been there since the beginning. You got Pac that recently won it. Penta, obviously they won the tag team titles before Penta and Rey Fenix, but they won the trios titles after all that stupidity happened. We had Wardlow that was almost there from the beginning. Obviously John Moxley, and I'm forgetting somebody now. There was somebody there else that he gave it.
The Acclaimed, but they weren't there from the beginning, but they were there for 2 years. So
well, there you go. They were more or less there from the beginning. Not maybe day one but they were kind of there. But I think he's thanking the guys that have been there from the beginning. And like you said, that Jericho has been a big part in the last couple of months. Moxley as well. You can see them with 2 titles each, or a title each. So you kind of feel what's going on here. Now, what's gonna a lot of people were saying that it was a little bit too much to give 2 belts to Pac, so you knew he was going to lose at least one. Was this the right one to lose, you think?
I think I almost feel like it was a bit too soon, but at the same time, I don't think we need 9-10 month title reigns for everybody. But I think it was a great match. I really enjoyed it. I'm just trying to think of like the only issues I have with this match is like really like nitpicking, but like I didn't like Pac doing the stupid gimmick. That's my sign because this freaking thing with the hammer. We had it on Friday on Rampage and Battle of the Belts, back to back. Sorry, it was a Saturday. I forget the days. Whatever.
Friday.
It was.
Battle of the Belts was Friday night after Rampage.
Pac wrestled 2 matches back to back and had the same freaking finish with the hammer shot. They retained the titles in both matches, the Trios Championship and in the All Atlantic Championship. And then he tries to do it again tonight. Honestly, Pac is such an amazing wrestler. He doesn't need a stupid gimmick, a super unrealistic gimmick where you're supposed to hit someone in the head with a hammer and the guy doesn't have brain damage or the guy doesn't die.
He used to complain about that in WWE, like gimmick styles and all that. And now that he had now that he has the virtue of doing whatever he wants in a sense in AEW, that he's not held down by writers and producers and all that. And he's literally doing almost the same thing that he would be doing in WWE, gimmick style. So
I feel like you could have just done something like it doesn't have to be exactly this, but maybe I'm overthinking. But it could have been something as simple as Pac would always use the exposed turnbuckle, like he would undo it in the match, but not a freaking hammer shot. It's like, come on, especially on the same show. Chair. Sorry, just a.
Lazy booking, you think? Or I don't know. It's
the problem is that on the same show you have Jericho cheating all the time, and now you have Pac cheating all the time, and then you have Swerve cheating. It's like it's enough. Like
it's true. If you really think about it, 3 heels tonight cheated in their match.
Shit, every match.
That's a little. That's why it's like, are they sitting down at the table and discussing this, or are they just doing it because, like, obviously if it's the finish, I understand, but. It's like if you're gonna do kind of the same thing that everyone else is doing, it takes away from it. Like if Pac doing it at the end, Jericho took it away from him doing it at the end, right? Swerve same thing. So
technically, Pac didn't get to use it today. I'll say tonight, like Bryce Remsburg and even Danhausen too. We saw him curse Pac as well. Like they made the save in order to prevent Pac from using the hammer.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that you've been teasing it and it's like it's too similar. Like the problem, like we've always talked about, is that Tony Khan and everyone else in AEW, you need to look at the show as a whole. Stop looking at it as segment A and segment B. Look at like how does it look in the whole 2 hours? Do we have anything on these 2 hours that is similar to what's happening 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago? Like last week when we had the same angle back to back with the handshakes. Yeah. Like it's like look at it as a whole. Stop looking at segment by segment, and then
because it has to flow from start to finish, right? Like it just can't be repetitive. Bang, 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 bang. Exactly. Yeah. That's why like WWE lately. I was telling Claudio before we went on the air. I go. You got to get back into WWE here because I find it's a nice flow of storytelling, wrestling, entertainment, stupidity, and then bang, you have the main event that you all came to see, kind of thing. So. I don't know. Maybe they were just off tonight. I don't know. It's weird because sometimes a lot of the times AEW does that, but then they just come back with a better event than the week after, and everyone forgets about it. But it's got to be consistent, And speaking about consistency,
what's your door? What are your assistant?
Oh, screaming here!
Oh,
I was just gonna say it, and since you're here too, I will say that.
Go.
Wait. Just putting the All Atlantic Championship match at the main event was the better decision and the right one because why the hell is the ROH title on an AEW programming being defended in the main event like it was a few weeks ago?
I'll tell you right now,
that makes sense.
It's not what the people wanted. It's not what the people wanted in Toronto on the outside.
Orange Cassidy.
No, it's not what you wanted.
No.
That's what it is.
I'll tell you about the people outside. No. Okay. I swear on my life.
Yeah,
the people on the outside. Because everybody knows that it was a desperation move to sell out Rampage tomorrow. I'm telling you,
was it sold out tonight? Was it sold out tonight?
Supposed to sold out, I think.
It wasn't. Okay, so what I realized was at some point today, after they set up the set, they put sold out. It wasn't sold out, but at some point today, when they put up the set, they put a bunch of these like $35 or $25 standing room only tickets available, which where the stage was.
Okay.
and that was kind of
they were
close to where
close.
we got our tickets. Yeah, but they put them up tonight, so the lower area was filled up. But there was a top level, like a whole top level that they blacked out nicely. But
Okay,
the
so
whole lower level was
where
filled. They
where
filled it
MJF
nicely.
where MJF was sitting, was there anybody sitting on top of that?
No.
Okay, so that was blocked off.
No.
So it's basically wasn't a
Yeah.
sellout then.
No. But the all the good seats were sold out. Like I said, I think that they like the guy that sold us our tickets today, like I said, to be full transparency, we got our tickets off Marketplace today when we got to Toronto. We finally stopped to eat lunch or whatever around 1-2. We found the guy that had Dynamite and Rampage tickets on Marketplace, and he was reliable. So we got our Dynamite tickets tonight and Rampage show, and he said to us that they flew quick out the gate, but right now a lot of people we got tickets under face value.
Okay.
Right? Tracks. Yeah, we tomorrow too under face value, tonight as well. They're
right.
under face value. But
Better for you.
the whole digital bullshit caused a little 15-minute delay for us to get in, and we missed fucking Jeremy's match. But whatever.
Man, because I do have some pictures here from there's a couple of people that saw the match and took some pictures of Jeremy, and Jessica was called Jessica Leary for some reason. I don't know if she wasn't about to be called Jessica Black, but Jeremy Prophet. I don't know.
I know why they probably wanted to separate from the House of Black. They probably didn't want to have like a House of Black reference, you know?
You go. So it was Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford versus. I think it was the first match of AEW Dark Elevation.
Jeremy messaged me like during the night saying, "Yo, we were the first ever AEW match in Canada ever."
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. I doubt if he won. But it's pretty cool to see. And we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna be. I think Elevation's on Monday, so we'll probably get to see that on Monday.
Well, tomorrow. Jeremy said I spoke to him last night. Was tomorrow should be like dark Elevation and Rampage all tomorrow.
Okay, because they taped Elevation today. Maybe they're taping.
I think they taped matches. Because, bro, it started at 8 sharp. We got there about 7:40, 7:45, and there was no matches happening. So it was like they did like one actual dark match, maybe or two. Like they definitely didn't do a full episode of Dark before we got there. 100%.
Yeah, but I read that they did like 7 matches or so. So I think they did.
Between 7 and 7:40.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches.
Something like that.
Yeah.
On Dark.
That happened. On Elevation. Yeah.
From 7 to what time?
Yeah, but they're like 2-minute matches. Some of them.
Yeah.
They
5-minute
matches.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. There's barely any entrance. The entrances are just the AEW wrestlers. So tomorrow, I'm sure it's going to be the AEW Dark tapings before, or maybe it could be even after. What time is the Rampage taping at? 7?
Yeah, I believe it's 7 as well.
Okay, so it starts the Rampage taping starts at 8. So be there maybe a little bit before. I guarantee you it's going to be the AEW Dark tapings.
Well, yeah, tomorrow we're going to be fully situated, ready to go. We a lot of shit today, but where are you guys at on the review right now?
We just literally did the last match with Pac and Cassidy.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, if there's anything you want to talk about for our viewers here, I know you were there live, a little insight. I know we'll get some, when you do come back, we'll have you live in studio there, and we'll talk about a little bit more.
I just saying, like, I want to see tomorrow that this whole not giving the Canadians a Canadian in the main event and also not giving them Judas will pay dividends tomorrow night.
Well, Jim Ross is supposed to be on commentary tomorrow.
That's the other thing too. We were right beside the commentary table. I told Trax, I'm like, yo, we're at least gonna get the Jim Ross entrance. We're right here beside them. Me and Trax. The reason why these tickets tonight were attractive was because they were actually the same location as when we went to No Way Out back in the day. It was
really? Okay, so now I know exactly where you guys were sitting. Okay.
Yeah, like the second row of like the seats that go up, like right where the entrance is. So it was really cool, like between entrance and ring. So And also the commentators are right there. So we're gonna get the Jim Ross entrance, you know.
Well, you're gonna get
get
Jericho as well. Jericho's probably gonna be on commentary, so you'll have his entrance with Judas. Can't hear you, Bruno.
Oh, you're on mute.
Can't hear you, Bruno. Can't hear you.
I'm telling you, like, not a lot of people give a shit. No, I'm serious. I'm saying, like, there was a whole Judas sing along, and I couldn't record it. My fucking phone died.
Your phone died in the middle of the fucking. I want to kill you. Hey, I'm gonna. Actually, no, I'm gonna pat you on the back.
We got a lot of shit today. We're gonna to for us, but it was a good time. But I will say this, guys. I'm telling you right now, when they come to Montreal, we're gonna do it way better in Montreal. I'll tell you that right now.
I think we're gonna get the first pay-per-view for Canada. I think that's the deal.
They got the
Toronto
was cool, but
yeah.
What did the crowd hijack for you guys on the TV end? Did we hijack anything crowd-wise?
It was more the MJF during the Hangman Adam Page promo.
That's it.
The Acclaimed was pretty loud too, in my opinion. Other than that, Ethan Page got a little pop because of the backstage. I don't know if it was live, but they showed that on the screen, I'm sure.
What about Spears? Sean Spears, did he get a pop?
Sean Spears got a fucking pretty big pop too. Jungle Boy too as well. Christian got booed and cheered, but I think it was more boos than cheers. But
yeah, but that was that was an easy one. It was the first match of the night, like officially on there. You know,
Renee too as well got a big pop.
FTR was.
She was
FTR as well.
John Moxley's wife.
Yeah, John Moxley's wife. FTR. Were you excited to see FTR come out with that music?
Yeah, FTR was wicked. But go back to Renee. I didn't see Renee. What did she do?
Are you serious? She was the first. It was the opening fucking segment of the night. Welcome to AEW. Welcome to AEW Dynamite. Welcome to AEW Dynamite, and it was her right off the bat. Yeah, but she got introduced. He got introduced by Renee.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. See, we were literally the guy was telling us where our seat was when Christian was coming out. Like I really missed that part.
Renee got introduced as soon as they went on the air, and then she introduced Christian.
We heard Tony Khan like hyping out the crowd like a minute before we went on air. We're about to go live, everyone, on TNT. But he wasn't in the ring. He was like talking to a mic in the back.
Okay.
Did he mention TSN?
What's that?
Did he mention TSN?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Supposedly, Rampage is going to be on TSN, I think, for the first time.
Actually, at 10 o'clock, they moved it. First, it was scheduled for 11. Now they're putting it at 10, like it should be on Friday.
It's all right. Nice. It's all right. But did you end up seeing any podcasters or anybody? Did you recognize anybody? I know that George Mackay was there. Da Vinci was there too as well.
We didn't link up officially with anyone, but I think tomorrow is going to be like a lot of people are going back tomorrow just because of how much cheaper it is tomorrow for better seats.
And it's only I think it's only 2 hours, but an hour of Rampage. So
no, I think Jeremy said they're taping 3 shows tomorrow. So I think they're doing another Dark, an Elevation, and Rampage.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a lot of matches.
3 hours, so basically an hour. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why today, like I said, when we got our tickets, like, I'd rather go harder tomorrow because Jeremy said go harder on Rampage for better seats because I'm pretty sure I'll get more action Thursday. Jeremy didn't know what he's doing up until last night. Like, he was just filling out paperwork. He's like, I have all kinds of paperwork. I have no idea what I'm doing though.
Okay.
And then he texted me about we'll figure it out. So guys, love you. We need to get some beers right now before the bars close. And
why don't you any D-Rasa sightings there in Toronto or
literally charging my phone? We were talking to him before. We're gonna call him now. We're gonna be linking up.
All right, man. You know what? Enjoy, man. Enjoy Toronto.
We got the Dynamite. We're really organizing life now. What's that?
What's that?
You want? If you want, we could do something tomorrow night, Frank. Rampage too.
Well, the Rampage is on Friday.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to split it.
Anyways, everyone's gonna know what's gonna happen anyway. So
either way, so we could be
either way.
Guys, we were there. It was a great time. Yeah, man.
Charge your fucking phone and fucking take videos for the love of God.
We have a lot of cool shit. Trust me, a lot of cool shit.
And where do we get to see all this
Still
cool
waiting
shit?
on. Well, we want to.
Oh God! Okay, Bruno.
Trax wants to challenge. Trax wants to
drunk,
challenge Billy Gunn to a rock paper scissors match.
You know what?
Yeah. That's the thing. Check hear me. Listen to me. So Trax saw these people. He psyched me out. Okay. At first, for 12.5 seconds, you'll see the video later or tomorrow when I post it. This guy looked like Dolph Ziggler, not Dolph Ziggler, Matt Riddle. Okay.
Bro. He does have a brother though.
Okay, so this may tie into it.
Ziggler has a brother.
Goes up these. So okay, listen. There's 4 people standing outside of the trailer as we're going there. Trax goes up and starts talking to him like he knows who they are. You don't know who they are. He's saying. Yeah, so Trax had his classic 420 gang shirt, and there was 2 guys wearing this shirt, and another 2 guys wearing with regular like other shirts. So do you guys see this?
Yeah, super kicked versus everybody.
Who would be wearing this?
I don't know. So I guess we're gonna have to find out.
We're gonna send you the video or post on the stories.
Okay.
Yeah, so Trax traded his shirt. But these guys, like, at first I thought it was Matt Riddle. Then after
it's not Matt Riddle.
I knew it wasn't.
It was probably Dolph Ziggler's brother, Ryan Nemeth.
But Trax was pretending like these people were somebody. Then after 2 minutes of talking to them or leave them, is like, I have no idea who they were. I was pretending like they're famous, and I don't know who you are, but I know this guy loves you. I was saying that. He's pretending he's a fanboy the whole time. Traded his shirt. We have the video. His 420 gang for the super kicks for everybody shirt. We know who these people are, but they seem like they're a big deal. They're very handsome gentlemen. I'm like...
Was it the Varsity Blondes? What? Was it this guy? Was it this guy?
No, it was a guy. No, it was a guy with long hair like Matt Riddle. That's why.
Okay, so it was Griff Garrison.
I thought it was Riddle, and okay, it's not Riddle, but Trax was like fanboying off these people, and I didn't know who they were, but I'm playing along with him to not look stupid. I'm video. Yeah, he's like, you know who they are. He's like, who the fuck are they? But when I saw the super kicks thing, I'm like, they gotta be somebody, and like I thought they were from you, Frank. And yeah, so you or Alex for sure will be able to decipher if these people are somebody. We'll post it once our shit's charged up. But yeah, man, good times, man. It was a good time. It was a good time. We're gonna look up with Jeremy. What's that?
Maybe it was Griff Garrison from the Varsity Blondes, maybe, or Brian
Pillman. It felt like they were like indie guys that were like gonna do something at some point this weekend.
Was it Da Vinci? The Da Vinci guys? You
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. But they played along hard. Either they were nobody. Trax is Trax like me and them. Like, it was a weird thing.
That's good. Okay, we'll let you have fun, but I just want to know one thing before you go, because we've been going on a long time. Did Trax listen to the freestyle of the Acclaimed? What did he rate it?
Oh, of course, man. We were there for the Acclaimed. I have the footage I have the footage on my GoPro. We got the Acclaimed, full entrance Acclaimed. That was huge. You got the Trudeau blackface reference?
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Well, what's the Trax? What's the Acclaimed? What do you rate the Acclaimed entrance tonight? 9 times 7?
9 times 7. 63.
What's 9 times 7?
63.
Alex was. Yes, about 48 people in Toronto today. What's 9 times 7?
Oh my God!
By the way, the Montreal Canadiens beat the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. So don't pretend you're a Montreal fan. Don't pretend you're a Montreal fan.
No, we actually got the fights. We got the fights. Arguments of Torontonians that are saying that they hype Price more than we hype Carey Price. Yeah, like, I fucking hate him. Like, I'm so happy he's on. Like, what do you mean? It was the best thing that ever happened to you. Like, we were arguing. Yeah, crazy.
Okay, save this enthusiasm for tomorrow night. There's going to be a time when you guys can come back. We'll go on live and we'll have a whole show just talking about these events. But select the brew, 8 to the tracks. Have fun, be safe, and we'll speak tomorrow.
Yes, have a good night, guys. Enjoy.
All right.
Enjoy.
So anything else you guys want to talk about before? So we did just some quick quick predictions for next week before we go off the air. Who do you think's going to win next week, Moxley or Hangman Adam Page?
It has to be Moxley right now because we all want that Moxley versus MJF fight.
Yeah, I'm with Claudio. That's the right direction to go.
But I still do want in a way Hangman to win this fight. Either way, MJF has to toss in his poker chip.
I guess you know what, I'm gonna go. I'd love for Hangman Adam Page to win it again, but I can't see that happening unless maybe a returning, because he talked about his friends again, so maybe the friends will be coming back, maybe to help out.
His old friends aren't there anymore, and his newer friends. Yeah,
I don't know how that would come about with John Moxley in there, but you never know. Maybe that's why he said it. But we're gonna have to wait and see, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, Claudio. Any comedy shows coming up? You want to promote something before we get out the air?
So next Thursday, October 27th, I will be having my Laugh Nights comedy night. It's gonna be happening at Piatto Piano here in Montreal. So tickets, just DM me, and if you're in Montreal, come and check out the show.
All right. And other than that, guys, we'll be back here next week. The Claudio and Alex will be at IWS this weekend. For the big event, Minoru Suzuki will be facing Kevin Blanchard, and my boys, the Casanova production team, will be facing Frankie Milano and the Sexy Beasts, and so many other big matches there. Hope you guys have fun there too. Take some pictures, take some videos, let us know what happens, and we'll see each other next week. And everybody out there, remember, wrestling is life.